You can call Isaiah Thomas whatever you want. Undersized, overrated, the last pick in the 2011 NBA draft. But to the city of Boston, this man is an inspiration to all of us. Thomas came to the Boston Celtics in a trade during the 2015 NBA regular season. Since then, he has turned a bottom of the barrel roster into the number one overall seed in this year's Eastern Conference playoffs. Thomas hears the MVP chants from the TD Garden almost every night he takes the floor. And these fans know what they are talking about, as Boston has collected 17 championships in its storied franchise's history. Thomas hasn't missed a game this postseason despite the tragic death of his sister China on April 15th of this year. Thomas flew back to Washington State on Friday night to be with his family ahead of Saturday's funeral. When I found out the news, I wanted to give up and quit, Thomas said in the eulogy. And never in my life have I ever thought about quitting. I realized quitting isn't an option. That's the easy way out. I will keep going for my sister, as I know she wouldn't want me to stop. In the world today, there are programs that introduce children with disabilities to sports that often have a profound impact on their healing results. Izzy Paskowitz runs something called Surfers Healing, a foundation for autism, in Southern California today. He claims that this sport has a profound effect on children afflicted with autism as well as on their parents. Autism is an epidemic in our modern world, and sports seem to have the greatest impact on improving their lives. The question is posed in the textbook, why do these sporting events seem to have such a healing effect on children with autism? I think the same can be said for a healing effect for Isaiah Thomas and his family when he's out there on the basketball court playing in this year's playoffs for the Celtics. Basketball, when I'm on the court, it just keeps me going, Thomas said during an on-court interview after the first game of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Wizards and Celtics. This season, the 5'9", 185-pound point guard for the Celtics, Isaiah, averaged almost 29 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists in his best statistical year in his career. Boston fans can talk about the numbers Isaiah is putting up this season, especially for one of the smallest players in the league. People can talk about his leadership on and off the court in the community. People can talk about how he's the most electric scorer in the fourth quarter this season. At the end of the day, what we really should be talking about is what Isaiah is doing on this current playoff run. The car accident that killed China Thomas will shake up the rest of Isaiah's life, and it will never be the same. Again, Thomas has not missed one single postseason game this postseason. Athletes who are in the public eye at all times have the ability to send strong messages to their fans. Thomas is showing the city of Boston and the whole United States how you can persevere through tragedy. Never give up on yourself, on your family, and anybody that you love. Basketball has allowed for Thomas to feel normal again, just like the children with autism riding waves on a surfboard in California. Sports have the ability to heal, to inspire, and to make people believers again.